In this video, we will learn how to compare indices. Let's recall what we know about indices. 3 to the power of 5. We call this an index form, where 3 is the base and 5 is the index. Let's take a look at this example. 2 to the power of x equals 32. We know that 32 can be written as 2 to the power of 5. Therefore, 2 to the power of x is equal to 2 to the power of 5. Since the bases are the same, in this case 2, we can compare the indices. Hence, we have x equals to 5. Let's look at another example. 5 to the power of x equals 125. We know that 125 can be written as 5 to the power of 3. Therefore, 5 to the power of x is equals to 5 to the power of 3. Since the bases are the same, in this case 5, we can compare their indices. Hence, we have x equal to 3. What do you see? Notice that when comparing indices, we write the expressions such that they have the same base in order to compare the indices to obtain the value of the unknown. Now, let's take a look at this example and see if you can apply what you have just learned. We have 3 to the power of x equals 1 over 27. Since the index is the unknown and its base is 3, we know that we need to express 1 over 27 with the base 3. Thus, we have 3 to the power of x equals 1 over 3 cubed. Using the law of indices, we can write 1 over 3 cubed as 3 to the power of negative 3. Therefore, 3 to the power of x is equal to 3 to the power of negative 3. Now that the bases are the same, 3, we can compare their indices. Hence, we have x equal to negative 3. How about this equation? We have 5 to the power of x minus 2 equals 625. Now that we know how to compare indices, we must express 625 in an index form with the base 5. And we know that 625 is 5 to the power of 4. Therefore, 5 to the power of x minus 2 is equal to 5 to the power of 4. Since the bases are the same, in this case 5, we can compare the indices. Hence, we can form the equation x minus 2 equals 4, and finally, x equals 6. Now, let's try one last example. We have 9 to the power of 2x plus 1 equals 1. We know that in order to compare the indices, the bases must be the same. Thus, we need to express 1 in index form, and the base must be 9. That is 9 to the power of 0. Therefore, 9 to the power of 2x plus 1 is equal to 9 to the power of 0. Now that the bases are both 9, we can compare their indices. Thus, we can form the equation 2x plus 1 equals 0, 2x equal negative 1, and finally, x equal negative half. Similarly, what do you see? When comparing indices, we write the expressions such that they have the same base in order to compare their indices. Thus, we can form an equation to obtain the value of the unknown.